Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of Toilet Talk. Not just any edition, it is the 25th edition. What's going on? In commemoration of that, brand new logo, brand new shirts. That's right, folks. We're doing big things, and it's all because of you. Thank you very much for being a part of the nation. Truly appreciate your loyalty and your love. Couldn't have done it without you. Everybody new here, check it out. Welcome to the nation. Hopefully you become a part and a regular of us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like, sit back, relax. Probably you should have the kids leave, something like that. A little bit of cussing here and there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens today. But like I said, a quarter of a century today. Before I get off on this episode, what I wanted to do is talk about Memorial Day. All right? Not just any day. It's a day to commemorate. It's a day to think about those people that gave the ultimate sacrifice. That's right, folks. It's not about a day of barbecuing and going to the lake and all that. It's a day to remember those that gave all. They raised their hand and they gave everything that they had. So you could go out to the lake. So you could barbecue. All right? So take a moment and remember that, okay? Remember the exact origin of that day and why we have it. All right? A lot of ungrateful bastards out there, a lot of people that just don't give a damn. And if it wasn't for these people, you wouldn't be in that position. So remember that, all right? One thing, like I said, I'm a history buff, so I wanted to know where this came about. And obviously because we've had war throughout the centuries, for thousands of years, there's always going to be a memorial service. But how did it get here to the States? All right, and I could only find two things that came up. First off, Memorial Day was started by former slaves on May 1st in 1865 in Charleston, South Carolina. This was to honor 257 dead Union soldiers who have been buried in a mass grave in a Confederate prison. They dug up the bodies and worked for 2 weeks to give them a proper burial as gratitude for fighting for their freedom. They then held a parade of 10,000 people led by 2,800 kids where they marched, sang, and celebrated. Now, when it hit the calendars, this is why we have the day on our calendars. The order was issued in 1868 by Major General John A. Logan, the Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, for annual decoration of war graves. That's when you go put the wreaths on at Arlington and at local cemeteries. But I just wanted to take a moment to remember that day. All right? For those people that gave all so you can enjoy that holiday weekend. All right? So with that, speaking of the holiday weekend, all right, man, people were out and about. They were out having corn dogs, barbecues. They were out at the lake. They were out on the boat doing that. Nobody was 6 feet apart. Everybody was having a blast, okay? In spite of everything blasted on the TV, I can't listen to the TV no more. I really can't. And if I do, I got to hear left, right, and find the middle. Otherwise, man, I don't know. It's so confusing nowadays. One thing I was talking about, though, was with my buddy. Nobody was talking about how to boost your immune system. It wasn't blasted on the TV. It should have been. Vitamin A, B, C, D, whatever. Nobody was really talking about it. All they talked about was masks and stay 6 feet apart, which didn't make sense whatsoever because nobody was doing that like at Lowe's or Home Depot. Well, some of them stores. But they'd have you stay 6 feet apart at the registers, but you were like 1 foot apart waiting in line. It was crazy. I didn't get it. I don't know. Nuts. Just like murder hornets, all right? Like I said in the preview, if any kid out there knew of murder hornets, I would have been a murder hornet when I played hide and go seek. I would have been a murder hornet during tag, okay? It's just a fact. It is a law of nature. And nobody heard that. I haven't heard of that. Not to say they're not out there, but if you see a hornet or a wasp about that big coming at you, I suggest you go that way, all right? Get the hell out of there. Don't try and catch it for a pet. Don't be dumb. All right, just don't be dumb. Craziness, folks, craziness. One of the things I wanted to talk about too was, man, were we in the middle of a war? Wasn't things going down and then all of a sudden everything shuts down? Did warfare get included in that? Because if it did, you can kick back a couple billion back to the States here to help out the people. I'm just saying. A lot of people got hit extremely hard because of this. It affected people really, really bad, especially those people living from paycheck to paycheck. You know, what were they supposed to do if their businesses shut down and they couldn't go to work? The stimulus check helped out quite a bit. That was one of the cons of it. I get kind of worried when they talk about that $2,000, $4,000 a month for 6 months. That is just a giant case of welfare. Don't believe me. Look this up. Look up the statistics of America before welfare to after welfare. Don't believe a word I say. Look it up. All right? Educate yourself. Check it out. And you tell me what you think, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm sure it was intended as a means to help, but it turned into something totally different, and it devastated certain parts of our society. It really did. Did nothing good whatsoever. So we'll see how that goes. The economy and jobs are coming back online. The states are opening. So it's pretty cool. Restaurants are 25% capacity, blah, blah, blah. But they still deliver to your house now, things like that. The malls, unfortunately, got hit horribly. They were already on the demise, and now they're just, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know what to make of it. Churches, too, are opening, and at 25%. I've always said this, and I've said this throughout the last broadcast and things like that. It seemed like religion had taken a header, and it was just becoming socially unacceptable, especially with the new politics. And then churches close. I didn't know what to make of it, and, I just, man, it's crazy. But this whole time has been a really unique experience to study, to watch, to see how human behaviors, things like that, it was pretty interesting. When it was survival mode, nothing mattered. Nothing mattered. Morality, religion, all that kind of went out the window. Because when you get hungry, certain things become real. That's just the way it is. Now that everything's going back to normal, everybody's kind of going back to what they're comfortable with. And everybody's quick to forget what happened not just 2 months ago, within the last 2 months. Okay? Don't be dumb. Do your research, be smart, and just stay educated on this. I know everything on the news is so damn confusing. You got to watch from one side to the other just to figure out the middle. Crazy. And the scams going on. I mentioned this. It was a little hand sanitizer bottle for $4, and then a little gel for $12. Prior to that, it was only like $1 or $2, It's a ripoff, folks. Don't support those people. If you want to go all Tekashi 6ix9ine on them, go ahead, report them, do what you got to do, whatever. But I'm just saying, don't support those businesses that are ripping you off. Okay? And they're clearly ripping you off. Speaking of, a member of the nation who lives out in the 307, big shout out up there, mortgages. People took the where you didn't have to pay for 3 months, things like that. And instead of putting the repayment on the end of the mortgage, people have to repay either immediately or by the end of the year the amount that they couldn't pay. So sometimes it's 7 to 10 grand that they have to pay, or they lose the house. Horrible times, folks, horrible times. But please stay educated. Don't go on the first gimmick or anything like that. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I've heard that all my life, and sometimes I've listened, and sometimes it didn't, but hey, we all learn, kind of. We'll see. Barbershops, nail salons, one thing I've been hearing, everybody's glad that they're open, okay? Nobody's looking all crazy anymore. Nails aren't all tore up or anything, you know, nose hairs is getting trimmed. People are getting haircuts and getting their nails done and then cutting like Dine and Dash. What's up with that? You know, don't be dumb. Don't be an asshole, you know? It's crazy. It really is. Go support your local businesses. Go do that. All right? After you watch this video, go find a small business and buy something. Help support them. All right? That's part of the American dream. Start out with nothing, make something, and just go from there. All right? It's not Walmart. It's not these big, giant corporations. Small business is the American dream. I truly believe that. You want to get something going, you do it yourself. You pass it on to your family. That's the American dream, okay? To be successful. All right? Don't kill that. Preserve it. The big question here, folks. The huge question, all right? Not just any question, but I asked it in the preview. What happened at the Pontiac Silverdome? What happened so many years ago? All right. In fact, it was March 29th, 1987. This fool right here, I was sitting down in front of the TV. All right. This brand new thing called pay-per-view was out. And you paid a certain amount of money and you get to see certain sporting events. This was the sporting event of all time. All right. The greatest sporting event of all time. To date. All right. WWF. Who came out on the little mobile rings? It was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant in a capacity crowd of over 90,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome. That's right. You know who was on the mic? Mean Gene Okerlund. It was epic, folks. It was epic. It was so epic that we got a brand new VHS and we recorded it. We didn't record a movie and then record over it. We got a brand new VHS and we ordered off a pay-per-view. As a little kid, I got to witness two Titans battle. That's right, folks. At the Pontiac Silverdome, WrestleMania III. That's right. All right? If you didn't know that, now you know. That was a hell of a time to grow up. That was when wrestling was real. I'm just saying. So was Santa Claus. Kids, leave the room. Just saying. That's when this was big. Anybody remember this? Tab soda? It was one of the first diet drinks. If you had to watch your figure back then, this was it. Even though you wore polyester. I don't get it. It's just the way it was, folks. But that's right. WrestleMania III. All right? Epic. Go look it up. Don't believe me. Go look it up. All right? Times have changed, but you can always go back. You can enjoy that. I'm telling you. It's just like watching Star Wars for the first time as a kid. You're in the movie theater. You never seen anything like it. Now you want the lunchbox. You want the toys. You want everything. That's just the way it is, folks. I'm telling you. Picard. I just saw the previews about Picard. The movie. The Next Generation. All you Trekkies out there, that's right. I'm speaking to you. It's your day. All right? I love The Next Generation. I love the old one, but I love The Next Generation. That Deep Space Nine I couldn't get into really. It was okay. It was good. It was good. But I loved The Next Generation. All right? And it looked like a lot of the original cast was coming back and just getting it done. So I can't wait for the movie theaters to open back up one day. Top Gun, is it going to happen? I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see. Only so much you can do with that. John Wick. That's what I'm concerned about, folks. I want to see John Wick. Don't you? You should. And if you don't, get off this channel right now. Just change channel. John Wick number 3. All right? This COVID needs to go away. It needs to do something with itself so that we can get entertained. I'm telling you, John Wick, I love that. I love all of them. All right? One of the best stories ever told. Hopefully number 3 is up just on par with everything. And I can't wait. Yeah, folks. It's been crazy the last couple months. It truly has. Now that everything's opening up, please be smart. Remember, if you have older people that you come into contact with and they have issues, please be mindful of that. Always wash your hands, be clean, take a shower. You know, most of you people figured out that you got to clean every day, especially if you don't have toilet paper, and you figured out not to bite your nails, huh? It is what it is. Some people got to learn the hard way. Toilet paper's made a comeback. I'm great to see that. I've yet to see Clorox wipes or anything like that. But we'll see what happens. So stay tuned for the next episode. You know what's going to come up. We're going to talk about some really, really important things here. Things to come, things that have happened, things that will be. We might even bring up the possibility of people being overpaid. I'm just saying. Raider fans, what's going on with you? Your new stadium. All the NFL took a hit. We'll see what the new games are going to look like. If there's even going to be people. I saw on the news that there was this Japanese baseball was in play, and they took pictures, people's heads and taped it to the seats, so it looked like people were there. It should be an interesting season. I think personally they should, I don't know, they should definitely drop the price on the tickets. They really should, okay? They really should for non-essential viewing. I'm just saying. Just saying. Don't get mad at me. But we'll talk about that and many more topics. If you guys have a topic, go ahead, hit me up, cigarchingon@gmail.com. You can hit me up. I will get these shirts online and have it accessible to the nation here very shortly. Can't wait. I love the new design. It's a beautiful thing. We're going to be doing beautiful things here. And it's just great. I'm truly excited about everything and whatnot. And just go from there. Ozark. Are you watching it? Before I forget, Ozark. I'm on season 2, episode 3. I'm working my way to the end. One of the best shows I've seen in a while. Besides Tiger King. Maybe not. I don't know. That's a crazy story in itself. You tell me what you liked watching during this whole quarantine, this whole downtime, everything like that. One of the good things, and I'll always say this, it brought families together. It brought friends together. It brought old values that we had forgotten. And that's one thing good about this COVID. I think that's about the only thing good about this COVID. It brought back family structure. So hopefully we can stick with it and stay with it and go from there. But once again, to the nation, I sincerely thank you for being a part of. Thank you for your love. And I'll see you next episode. Peace.